Hello, everyone watching. My name is Rachel Fulden. I am a minor league hitting coach in the Chicago Cubs organization and a lead hitting lab technician for the hitting lab that we have in Arizona. And I want to talk to you today a little bit about how to individualize hitting programming in a team environment. So then we go after that, we go to universal team drills. Once everything is done, we go to UTDs. So we shift now from internal to external. So internal focus is I'm focusing on my body, I'm focusing on what I feel, and now we're just focusing on external, right? We're trying to light up the radar gun, or we're trying to hit a target out there, whatever it is, compete. Create drills where your team can now compete, where they don't have to think about swinging. They think about competing. So we already did all the swing work. We're going to make that implicit. We're going to make that internal. We're going to make that happen automatically. And now we're going to focus on the external. Make sure these drills are challenging. Make sure they incorporate failure. Please don't train at below game speed. Our game does that, and it drives me nuts. We always train with like flips and easy BP. It's like, challenge them. Turn the machine on, right? Throw wiffle balls, tiny wiffle balls and blitz balls at them. Like, challenge them. They want to be challenged. A, it's more fun. And B, we have to train at game speed. Otherwise, we're going to fail at game speed. So I want us to fail in practice, work your players through that failure, and then we can start to get up to game speed. And that's when you're going to stop hearing that question from the parents, which is, why can't you swing like that in a game? Well, yeah, because they're hitting front toss. Like, it's not hard. So train at game speed, make your drills challenging, use a leaderboard. That's being democratic again. And have a variety for your leaderboard. I think this is crucial. We used to do this in college. There are things that players are going to be good at, and there are things that players are going to be bad at. And you're going to have players on your team that like never, ever, ever get to the top of the leaderboard. Give them something. Give them something that they're going to excel at, that they can at least get to the top of the leaderboard at, even if it's one thing, because that's how you're going to have that buy-in, that trust, that camaraderie that's built, versus saying like, I'm getting left behind. I think it's really important to kind of throw those, especially those like bottom level players on your team, a bone every once in a while and say, hey, check this out. Or make sure your leaderboard is consistent and watch them go up, right? Like, hey, listen, this is how much you've improved. I think there has to be something that everybody can excel at. And it doesn't take a lot of work to find it. And then keep the ball moving. Like, get off the tee. Okay. The ball is not played still. We have to work a barrel in space at a ball moving in space, and we have to be on time. Move the ball, get off the tee, stop measuring stuff off of a tee. It doesn't matter. Don't measure your kid's exit velocity off a tee. Measure the exit velocity when the ball is moving. Super important to keep the ball moving as much as possible. So now we've gone to like, this would be like a sample 1 hour practice plan. So once you've established your routine and your movement prep routine, and like in this practice, like it literally will happen after 1 to 2 times. This just becomes a well-oiled machine. I run a class on Friday nights with eight players, and it's a mixed class, baseball and softball. And they started the first class, all we did was movement prep. I walked them through everything. Here's what it looks like. Here's how you do it. After that, the next week, it took like 25 minutes for them to get their movement prep routines in. Now it takes them 10, and they get some hitting prep in. So it just 2 to 3 weeks, boom, and it's go time. So ideally, you would want 10 to 15 minutes of movement prep, 10 to 15 minutes of individual hitting prep, which is, again, the bands, the PVCs, the med balls. It looks like hitting, but it's not hitting. And then 30 minutes of universal team drills and fun. Don't forget to have fun. Please make it fun for your players so that they want to come back, they want to compete, and they want to get better. If you make practices fun and you reward them at practice, they will go home and work their tails off. Use lots of machine work. Failure is the best teacher. Just support them through their failure. Don't wait till games to support them through their failure and expect them to just magically know how to deal with it. Incorporate it into practice, and then you can support them through it. And then when they fail in a game, you can say, hey, that's okay. We've already been here, right? Versus that being the single most, detrimental blow to their mental psyche. Let's get that out of the way in practice so that we can help them work through it. And then measure what you treasure. Like, I love this quote. I see it all the time on the internet. If you treasure something, measure it. You know, if you value, you know, we all value batting average and slugging percentage, and we have Game Changer that does all that for us. Measure what you treasure. Like, how are we going to get a player to hit better? You know, how do we measure power? I don't care. Come up with something. How do we measure, you know, your ability to, you know, not pull everything? Well, that's pretty easy. How many balls did you hit over here, and how many balls did you hit over here in practice today? And every week we're going to measure that. So measure what you treasure. Come up with something to record and measure everybody's progress.